Hi everyone, it's Claire here, and today I'm going to do a quick video for those of you who are grossed out by blood or have a true phobia of blood. Now, if you are thinking of changing to cloth pads, then you may be very wary if you have a phobia or are grossed out by blood, because you may be thinking, well, I'm going to have to rinse them, I'm going to have to soak them, I'm going to have to stain treat them. You either physically can't have that contact with the blood, or you just feel sick at the thought of it, which for some people it's a very genuine phobia and issue. So what I'm going to do today is show you a method of using cloth pads where you have no more exposure to your menstrual fluid than you would if you were using throwaway tampons or throwaway disposable pads. So what you will need to use cloth pads successfully is your cloth pads. You will need a handbag sized wet bag, which is made of PUL, or it will be cotton on the outside and then have this shiny PUL fabric on the inside. So that will be your travel version here. And then you need an at-home one, which will be much larger, that can hang on the back of your bathroom door, you can keep in the bathroom. This is not the best get your words out, Claire. This is not the best example because this is a dry bag, but I'm currently using both my wet bags, so I couldn't bring one down to show you. But basically yours will look like this, but on the inside it will be lined again with the PUL rather than just the cotton here. So those are the items you're going to need to do this successfully. So what we're going to do is imagine that we are out at the shops, you are wearing your cloth pad, you have your wet bag and you have a couple of clean pads in your handbag, and we are now off to the loo to change our pad. So your pad will be on you just like a disposable, but instead of ripping off the sticky wings, you will unpopper the back like so. Now you have two options, and it will depend on if you don't like blood or if you are truly phobic of blood. If you have a severe phobia of blood, then you want to take this pad, now it's clean at both ends just like a disposable would be, fold it in half like so, and you want to pop that into your wet bag, which is the equivalent of you taking off your disposable pad, rolling it up and chucking it in the bin. Now, if once it's like this, if you're just grossed out by blood, if once it's like this and you can't see it anymore, you will be fine with handling this in future, then what you can do is take the extra step of pulling the wings across and sealing it into a little parcel. So if you can handle your pad again in future, then you can popper it like that. If you cannot handle this pad ever again now, you want to leave it open like so. Right, there we go. So that goes in our wet bag and is sealed up. If you are at home, then you will do that exact method, choosing either one or two, and pop it in this wet bag, and then you are completely done with it until wash day. Just forget about it. When you get home, depending on what method you have chosen, you need to undo your wet bag. If you have chosen to popper it, then you can just take it out and pop it in your wet bag. If you absolutely cannot touch this pad again and it's in your wet bag, unzip your wet bag, take your large one. This is very difficult to do with the camera in the way, but you get the idea. Pop this in here and empty it out into your wet bag like so. Then this is ready to go again, and these are in your bag. What you want to remember is not to seal them. If it has a zip or a popper, leave it open because you don't want to enclose it. You want air to circulate. And that's you done till wash day. Now it's wash day and you're like, uh-oh, it's wash day, what now? You just want to grab your full wet bag and take it down with you to your washing machine. Undo your washing machine door. Then if you have poppered your pads, then what you want to do, if they will be poppered, is you want to take them out of your wet bag by hand because you've chosen the popper method. You want to unpopper like so. Now we're still not having any exposure here to what's inside. You're just unpoppering. Then you chuck that into your washing machine and you're done. If you've chosen your pads to be done at this method and they're all sitting in your wet bag, you want to take your entire wet bag, put it in the washing machine, and then just shake it so that they all come out into the wash. Then you're done. Now, if you even can't face that, and that is just too much for you, tipping them out, because you're worried you may see something. If you have a phobia that severe that just if you caught a glimpse, you would be very unhappy about that. Then what you can do is, because they're unpoppered like this, undo your wet bag, make sure it's not even zipped slightly. Put your entire wet bag in the washing machine. Now it's not as effective for stain treatment because one could get caught up in here, but it's a great way if you don't ever want to have contact with it again. But if you can manage it, even if you look the other way, tip that out and then slam the door shut, then you are good to go. Then what you want to do is in your pre-wash section of your drawer on your washing machine, you want to put an entire scoop of OxyClean. Then in your detergent drawer, you want to put your normal detergent. On your machine, whether it's a dial or a button, you want to add the pre-wash to your wash routine. Then you want to turn the dial or again button to 30 degrees or cooler and just put your washing machine on. That's it. You are done. It will stain treat it while they're in there on the pre-wash with the OxyClean. Then it will wash it and rinse them for you. Then when you take them out of the machine, they should all be nice and clean as so. Now I do an all-in-one wash routine, not because of blood problems, but because of health problems. And I have only ever had one pad that came out with a shadow stain, and that was a flannel in that time. If you would not be able to deal with a tiny shadow stain, then what I really recommend doing is when shopping for your cloth pads, make sure that you shop for black toppers, dark purple toppers, toppers that if there was a minute stain, you would not even see. That's a great way to get around it. It's also very helpful if visually when changing your pad, you don't want to see it. If you get a very dark coloured topper, you're going to see it a lot less. Although if up until this point you've been able to deal with the stark white colour of disposable products, then you will probably be fine with your cloth pads. So I think that's covered everything. I hope that has helped some of you that do have problems with blood now have the confidence to try cloth pads for the first time. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.